Until Dawn, yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to forego the categories in this one. Hi, welcome to Hollywood Impact.
It don't deserve
It's
categories.
Christian and Zach. This is better than The Monkey, which I gave a 2.5. But why do you find that to be so funny?
Just because anything for you will be better than The Monkey. It was
bad.
I think we'll be hard pressed for you to rate another movie 2.5 or lower.
Dude,
for a while.
I don't remember the only other movie I can think of that's like 2.5 or lower is like Spy Kids 4. As far as the movie as a whole goes, like the performances are fine. There's nothing like outstanding here. If this movie was not connected so heavily to the IP of Until Dawn, if it was called something else and it was made in the way that it was made, this movie probably would have fared a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it actually would have gone up like a whole point if it wasn't titled Until Dawn.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's such a sad ordeal. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, the Until Dawn game is so cool. I've never played it because I never had a PlayStation until now. It's right over there, actually. I've not played it yet. I watched gameplay walkthroughs of it.
Yeah.
It was so cool, so creepy. It was creepy just watching it.
Yeah,
I can imagine
yeah.
like playing it by yourself. So you can imagine my disappointment, sheer, utter disappointment in experiencing this film. I rolled my eyes a few times. And I was like sad. I was like, can I go home? Like I feel like I wasted my time. And if you're interested in it, go see it. But that's just my overall opinion.
Yeah, it's just they should have been called something else. Like I'll get to my idea. I think you'll really love my idea.
Okay.
But it's it's a horror movie, and it's like your average horror movie. Nothing special about it.
Sure.
And we knew from the trailer that it would have basically nothing to do with the game. This had even less to do with the game than I thought it would.
Yeah, like so much less.
There's one character that's from the game,
Yes.
and the location's different. They only mention the only other thing that's in the game is there's a monster that's based on the game, but they don't even do that right.
Yes.
They don't do the Wendigos right.
Yeah.
And there's a couple names that are like shown on documents that are from the game.
The Wendigos are more like
Zombies.
like from like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And that was so
they
disappointing.
went practical.
Yes, they had a lot of more practical effects, and I think that is cool. It gets points for that. That's where like 3 out of its that's where 3 points out of its score that I'm gonna give it goes to is like the atmospheric effects, like the music effects. Yeah. The only thing, oh my gosh, I've said this 3 times. Like after we got out of the movie, and another one of my friends, there was the opening scene. The opening scene, first of all, is terrible. I hated the opening scene.
Did not need it.
And there was like this like chase scene, and this girl kicks this Wendigo, and when she moves her leg, there's like a whip sound. It sounds like Indiana Jones's whip sound, and I'm like, this is stupid. No, like it sounded like his whip, and I was like, this is the kind of movie I'm really getting in. I'm glad it was basically free for me because I got the Alamo season pass.
That's right.
Hell yeah,
Saving money.
Yeah,
living better.
But no, it takes elements from Until Dawn and just makes it worse. So
much worse.
Like, I don't know how you haven't learned from other video game films, because a lot of them are really bad, and some of the recent ones has been really good. And The Last of Us has proven you can do a zombie type horror thriller type thing really well, and you just chose not to.
Yeah.
So shame on you.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Shame on you.
Yeah, we literally have proof right now. The Last of Us, sure, there's some differences from the game, but it's very close. It follows the same story. Most of the same things in the story happen, and we still eat it up. Like, we want to watch The Last of Us.
Yes.
Why they chose to make... The story's not even related. Like, there's no time loop in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hat pull. Like, that... They drew that out of a hat.
It's like, oh, they can save their progress and restart the game if they want to. Let's do that.
That's a deep cut. If that's the theory, wow. I'm on board now.
Does that make it better for you?
No, still terrible. But I'm gonna spoil the game. All right, the game's been out for 10 years.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for the game, not the movie, because the movie has nothing to do with the game. Yeah. Don't you worry.
And you're not going to go see the movie anyways, probably. So
my idea.
Okay.
The game, obviously, butterfly effect. It's one of the... I think it's the best, like, your decisions have consequences games out there.
Yes.
Like,
agreed.
People actually die based on what you do, and the whole point of the game is how many people can you save.
Sure.
So my idea for the movie... They should have, even if they don't do my, like, crazy idea, they should have just maybe pick, like, 2 characters to die and 4 of them to survive. or there's only 5 characters actually. My
Yeah.
bad. Have 1 character die, have 4 survive, but make it exactly like the game. I guess if they chose from the game, there'd be more characters. Anyway, just choose something from the game, like 4 people live, whatever. I don't care, but make it exactly like the game.
Yeah.
Just remake the game in a movie, and I am in. I will love it because I love the game. Because this movie's not going to make money anyway, so just redo the game, and your audience will love it way more than they're going to love this movie.
Yes.
But what they really should have done.
Wait, I think I know where you're going with this, because I'm cooking up an idea too. Okay.
Butterfly effect, right?
Yes, got it.
Movies already have a ton of cutted scenes that don't make it, so they should have filmed, all the 8 characters in the game, and they film each one of them dying, and they release the movie to different theaters,
and you don't know which ending you're getting. That's
you don't
crazy.
know which people are going to live, and it's just like the game, just like watching one YouTuber play it, and they make all 8 live, and you watch someone else play it, and half the crew dies because of their decisions.
Dude, what a legendary idea!
They should have done that for the movie,
dude.
Like, it could not be that hard.
Why can't you be a director, man?
Gosh, Hollywood signed me up.
I promise you do better than the guys who made this movie.
Way better. Anyone could have.
I think the more I thought about this, the more I disliked this movie.
Yeah.
The performances are fine. There's some cool effects in here, but the story, the impact, all the stuff that we would normally go over is just not worth talking about.
No.
And that's why we decided to kind of do this video a little bit differently. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a score. I think it's 4.5.
Yeah.
I think I almost gave it a 5. 3 of those 4.5 points are from alone, like the atmospheric effects, the practical effects.
The set pieces are cool.
Yes, a 1.5 is like the music, which is still part of the atmosphere. But it did keep my engagement. I wasn't
I wasn't falling asleep.
No, the second half, I was really fighting it. I was like Patrick whenever he's like trying to listen to Squidward play the clarinet, and as soon as he starts, that's how I felt like I wanted to in the second half. But the first half really has a nice build up to it.
Yeah, it did.
And it's
I was
like interesting.
Impressed.
If you would have just changed the name of the movie, this probably would have been
a little better,
like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
I would have been like, this is a fine movie.
Yeah.
But it's not, because it sucks, and it's not Until Dawn, and you guys decided to be absolute buffoons.
Yeah.
And it's got more of those, it's got a lot of horror tropes.
Yeah.
Uses a lot of horror tropes, didn't, except for one really weird one that's, combustible stuff. I don't get that. But there are interesting elements in here, and it has that classic, why would you go outside? You absolute buffoon.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Stuff like that is still in here.
There's some fun stuff.
There is some fun stuff. It's just, you don't care about any of the characters. You don't care about the story. It's not like the game. So if you're a fan of the game, just skip this one entirely. Yeah. But if you're really that interested, go for it. Don't want to take your choice away from you, but I recommend just go buy it. Sorry, that was a long explanation. 4.5. Go for it.
I'm going to agree with you. We'll go 4.5.
Yeah.
It just pisses me off that this is called Until Dawn.
It makes me more mad the more I think about it. Yeah. And I will never think about watching this movie ever again.
I would rather.
But there are worse movies out there.
I would rather spend 10 hours watching another YouTuber play the game than watch this hour and 40-minute long movie.
This feels more like a well-crafted YouTube fan-made version of Until Dawn if they tried to make Until Dawn their own thing. Yeah. That's what this feels like. And guess what? For a regular home release, that sucks. So just stop doing that. Just get good.
Yeah, get good.
Just get good.
Just do plagiarism and copy the game. Why not?
Just do a whole playthrough and then record that and then put that in the theater. That would be much more entertaining.
Could you imagine if they had the actors from the game? It'd be a more star-studded cast because Rami Malek is in the game.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of no-names in the movie.
Yep.
You already have the psychiatrist there.
Yeah, Peter Stramer or whatever his name is.
Absolute spit in the face of Until Dawn fans.
They really screwed this one over. There is a fine movie underneath here, but as long as it's not labeled as Until Dawn, and they name drop the movie, and that might have taken away half a point just for doing that. So screw you guys.
Screw you guys. Dude, I'm going home.
Start making good video game movies because there's good ones of those out there. There's good ones out there, but not this one. Until Dawn sucks. It makes me sleepy like Sleepy Joe.
It must be from China.
Anyways, that's our thoughts. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we hope you have a good one. And don't watch this movie.
Go watch Sinners instead. Bye-bye.